So excited to hear about this tonight, Druzy. Thanks. Hi guys, welcome back. It's me, Drew, and today's video that I have for you is week 21 weight loss surgery journey update video. I know I have kind of missed like a week and a half of these. I've just been really busy, and so I have like a major update for you guys. So I was really kind of like made it really big. It's not like it's like major, but I actually have a lot to tell you in this update. I know in ones previous I haven't had as many changes, and this one I actually feel like I have a bit to talk about. So make sure you're here because I feel like this is going to be a little bit longer video. But I do have a list. I actually wrote out an entire list of things that I want to mention in today's video. So, okay, so first off, like physical things, I have noticed recently over the last couple weeks, I feel like I bruise more easily now since having surgery. And not just in the last couple weeks, but I've really noticed it. Like, I feel like it takes nothing. Like, I just bump something and I know I'm gonna get a bruise. In the past, I don't think I used to bruise as easily. So I don't know if it's like just the changes or whatever, or something with like making like my blood thinner or something, but like, I have noticed that I do seem to bruise a little bit more easily. And then what I did want to talk about, so not last week, but the week before, it was actually kind of like box week. I didn't really have any change in my actual weight loss. And I realized it was actually a result of my body like reformulating back to the way it was pre-surgery, meaning I was actually PMSing, so this was like 2 weeks ago. And when in the past, before I had surgery, when I would PMS, I would usually like plateau for like a week and a half, not have any weight loss changes, and actually usually fluctuate up a pound or two. And I hadn't had that happen since surgery, and so I actually had that happen, and it was kind of crazy because like I was like, oh my gosh, like I was freaking out. I'm like, I'm still going to the gym, but I felt, so then I was like worried. I was like, oh my god, I'm reverting. And it was like really crazy because it hadn't happened, like I said, like in like the 4 months since I'd had surgery. And so it was kind of scary, and I had a hard week with that because you know, I was like losing like 5 pounds a week, and then suddenly it was like nothing. And in fact, my body had fluctuated up like 1.5 pounds, and I was just like really upset about it. And it made me like really get scared, like that I was gonna revert back, which I realize now was just kind of irrational, but it's one of those things. And the other thing that was kind of crazy is like when I would PMS before surgery, I would always have like this, I would have this like what I call insatiable hunger. So it's like I'll have like a week where it just feels like no matter what I do, I'm just constantly hungry. And I actually had that happen in that week, and it was really difficult because it's not that I could just constantly eat, like I had the space available for food, but I constantly had the sensation of hunger, which was really troublesome because when I'd want to eat, I'd still be full. So it was like a really messed up thing. So it's like I'd want to eat something, but I'd actually be full, but I'd feel hungry. So I know it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around, and I don't really know how to explain it any better than that, but I feel like, what I guess I'm trying to get at is I feel like my body is starting to finally re-regulate back to like what it was pre-surgery, as in like with PMSing and getting, you know, like my menstrual cycle and all that kind of stuff. I know you're all like, so excited to hear about this tonight, Druzy. Thanks. But I mean, I am trying to be more detailed because I have so many of you on my channel who are getting surgery, have gotten surgery, and I want to make sure that you guys know just like what is really physically happening and changing in my body at those times. And the other problem is that because I had hit like a week and a half of like a plateau with no change and the insatiable hunger, it really made me want to eat unhealthy, and I had to work so hard to try and be healthy. I mean, I won't lie, like I felt like I kind of like snacked a little bit, which for me, I'm not much of a snacker, so it was more like I kind of just started snacking a little bit for that week, which I wasn't really proud of myself for doing, and that was really hard. But honestly, the week after when I actually got my period, it really wasn't that bad. Like the hunger kind of subsided, and I kind of went back to normal. And yes, I do have moments still even now where I kind of have to have that willpower, like, hey, you don't need to eat that right now, so don't eat it, just eat. But I do definitely feel like after that week passed that I kind of went back to normal. So if you were here yesterday on my channel, you know that I'm currently down 201 pounds, and it's very exciting and weird and awesome to say that. And so now what I kind of want to talk about is what it's been like working after having surgery. So I didn't work during my whole surgery journey, and I actually haven't worked for like 4 years because I was doing the stay-at-home mom thing. And now with getting divorced, I have gone back to work to help pay for basically like when everything is officially all split apart. And so one thing I've noticed since working is that I've had to like be really responsible and change the way that I eat. And so it's not that I was irresponsible before, but before I could go long periods of time without eating. I didn't have to eat like on a schedule or like have my muscle milks on a schedule. And now I actually have found that I kind of have to be more like regimented with what I do so that I ensure that I keep enough stamina throughout the day to make sure that I stay like strong and that my mind keeps working. Because like the first day I went back to work, I like had a really hard day because like I wasn't prepared the right way. Like I thought I could run off of my normal like eating schedule from when I'm at home, and then my body was like, nope, you need more. So what I basically have had to do is I've had, on average, I eat like 2 meals a day and then have like 2 muscle milks a day. And what I've had to do now that I'm working is I still have the 2 meals and the 2 muscle milks, but I've had to add like a third meal in there, and it's kind of more like a snack meal, which means I have something like a small bag of popcorn or some cashews, or a little bit of popcorn, a little bit of cashews to kind of keep my stamina up throughout the day. And I've also had to reposition the way that I eat. So before I used to like have my muscle milk in the morning, and then I'd have like my first meal around like 12 or 1 o'clock. Now I try to actually get that meal in around like 8 or 9, and then have a muscle milk like about half an hour to an hour after that, and then have like that mini snack in the middle of the day, and then around 5 have a muscle milk, and then dinner sometime after that in the evening. And that has been working out pretty well for me. It's kept me pretty like, my stamina up pretty high. Also, I've had to really adjust how I go to the gym, which has honestly been really, really difficult. Because before I would do gym always in the morning, but now that I'm working, I can't always make it to the gym early in the morning, which means that I have to go to the gym at night sometimes, which is really difficult because, with having 2 little ones, it makes it hard because the time that I would spend doing other things, now I have to spend doing the gym. And so I feel like I've had a really tough week, and that's why last week my videos were so light, because I kind of needed just to try and reacclimate into this new lifestyle and changes. Overall, the job itself is great, and like I said before, I'm not able to share where I'm working or what I'm doing due to the fact that of my social media presence, that I can't be viewed as any kind of representation of this company. So if you're new to this channel, that's why I'm like being so evasive about it. And then so one really cool thing that happened to me actually last week, so now that I've been doing more night gym time, I actually bring my kid to the gym. Usually in the morning, I don't end up bringing both of them. If anything, I might bring the little one if she's not in preschool, but I usually go to the gym by myself. And so something that we kind of started doing when I leave the gym at nights, I don't even really know how it happened, but I like listening to my music, and we've kind of started this thing where we kind of dance our way out of the gym, meaning like we full on dance, body rolls, booty shaking our way to the car. Me and my little girls, 6 and 3-year-old, we just dance all the way to the car. I don't know, it just sort of happened one time, and then we kept doing it. We just have fun doing it. And last week we were doing that like we had been doing previously, and it was really funny. We were walking to the car, we're really close to the car, and all of a sudden this car that's in the parking lot stops. And this guy like turns on the lights in his car. He starts honking his horn and like raising the roof at us for dancing. And it was just really funny. It was cool. I don't know. Like, I mean, it was just kind of funny because we were just having fun, enjoying ourselves, and this person noticed, and like it infected them in a good way, and they wanted to kind of dance and take part with us. And I don't know, it was just kind of a really fun thing that happened. So there's that. And then one other thing I wanted to share that happened to me about a week and a half ago, which isn't as fun of a story, but it's also kind of explains why I've been a little bit absent over the last week. So not this previous weekend, but the weekend before, I was shopping at the mall, and I was at the mall and I had done most of my shopping, and I was sitting down on like a bench in like an open area of the mall, and it was nighttime. It's like an outlet mall, but it was like a well-lit like area with lots of traffic. And I'm sitting there on the bench. I was like on my phone, and all of a sudden this man comes up to me, and he comes up to me and he's like trying to start a conversation, and I was just kind of like, okay, what's up? And then he was like, oh, hey, can I kiss you? And I was like, no. And he's like, oh, why not? And I'm like, no. But the problem was is that like he got really upset. And he started like yelling like, oh, come on, let me kiss you. Like, I want to kiss you. It's like, you're really pretty, and this is on my bucket list to kiss a stranger. And he got really, really erratic. And so it really, really got scary. Because this person started freaking out. They kind of smelled of alcohol, and I'm there by myself. This is a man who could definitely overpower me if he wanted to, and he was getting really, really like upset and erratic that I didn't want to kiss him. And so then the man started getting loud, really loud, but he started like kind of backing away from me. So I started getting closer to, you know, the stores, and he ended up going towards like the parking area where like a couple cars drove up, and basically him and some other guys started yelling and exchanged to each other. And then he jumped in one of the cars, the other guy jumped in the other car, and then they drove away. But that kind of really upset me, and I kind of just like, I don't know, like gave me like, it just kind of freaked me out. And so I kind of just had a hard time the last couple weeks because of the fact that I'm trying to wrap my head around this whole experience, and I'm really okay, but it's just like, that's why I was kind of light on videos, because the experience kind of freaked me out, and I ended up having to go in a store, and they called security for me, and then I got an escort to my car and gave them a description, all that kind of stuff. But so that happened, and that kind of just put me in a little bit of a funk last week, but I'm feeling a little bit better now, now that it's like behind me and all that. And then something else I wanted to mention, kind of related to my new job. One thing that I have started doing, and I don't really know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, is I have obsessively started chewing gum. It's really weird. It's like, it's not because I'm like hungry, but for some reason, I don't know if it's like nerves or something. And it's not that my job is nerve-wracking whatsoever, but for some reason, I really started chewing a lot of gum. Like how people like are like, I smoke 1 pack of cigarettes a day. I like chew like a pack of gum a day. It is sugar-free gum, and it's, you know, whatever, but I don't know. So that's kind of started to happen. I've started chewing a lot of gum and drinking a little bit more coffee than normal. But I don't know. Like I basically buy like 6 packs of gum a week now and like eat them all in a week. I don't know. I mean, I think my jaw, like I just hope my jaw can like maintain all of this. And then finally, the last thing I want to tell you, so this is kind of related to my chest area. So prior to surgery, like when I was at my highest weight, I believe like my band size for bras was like like 48 or higher, and I got measured this week, and now I'm down between like a 36 and a 38. So that is a really big change. I basically dropped like 10 to 12 sizes in my band size, which I felt like was really cool progress, because that's something that I didn't really realize that I had changed so much in. So that's, I guess, kind of cool, and I wanted to mention that I have seen a significant change in that as well. I'm looking at my list, sorry. I think I covered everything in my list. This video is actually shorter than I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be like 20 minutes plus. I mean, we're getting close. We're getting close to 15 minutes right now. But so that is everything I have for my weight loss surgery update. I'm sorry this video was all over the place. Like I said, I wrote a list, and I kind of want to make sure that I just said everything, because there was actually so much that I want to tell you, so it probably doesn't totally make complete cohesive sense. But then again, you know, on this channel, do we ever really make cohesive sense? And also a cool thing about today specifically is today closes out my first year on YouTube. So I started my YouTube channel February 29th, 2016, and so today, February 28th, is the last day of the first year of my YouTube channel. And I don't know, it's really cool. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get a video out tomorrow or not. I'd like to, but I really have a lot to do tomorrow, so I'm not sure it's actually gonna happen. But I don't know. It's cool. And it's cool to think that I survived a year on YouTube, which I honestly didn't know if I'd survive like a month or two, because I don't know, it was kind of a scary experience to start. But thank you guys who are here, who've supported me, who love me and all of my weirdness and have seen me transform. And I will actually recommend to you that you go and check out my very first video on YouTube, because especially if this is your first time seeing me, you can see the dramatic difference physically between then and now in my face. So yeah, I don't know, it's been a crazy ride, but I'm gonna cut this video short. Well, it's not really short. I'm gonna cut it for this video because we have enough information, but I'm gonna try at some point, if not tomorrow, maybe Thursday, do like a video like a year reviewing my feelings and thoughts on my first year on YouTube. And I also want to gather my thoughts for that. I don't want to just like the video out there. But that is all I have for you guys today. But if you want to see more photos of me, you can check me out on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Just Like Drew, spelled the same way as down below. If you want to be a part of the Just Like Drew crew and you're not already, make sure you click that red subscribe button down below and join our forever family, because we are literally the best crew around, because anybody and everybody can be in our crew. I love you guys so stinking much. And if you like this video and you want to see more from me, you know what to do. Just Like Drew, have an amazing day, have an amazing week, have an amazing life. And I will talk to you guys so stinking soon. And I absolutely love you. And I can't believe it has been a year with you guys. And that's okay. All right. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye. I never thought this was possible. I really didn't. And for the first time, like, I still have like 65 pounds to lose. I feel like I can do this. Like, I know I've said this before, but I really